Hi, it's Lee again. I have a letter here that I got a few years back from a death row inmate. His name is John Birch, B-R-E-R-T-S-C-H. And letters dated October 17th, 2002. Since he's in California, it's hard for me to find out if he's still in San Quentin. I haven't noticed that he was executed yet. But here's his letter. My name is John A. Birch. CDC number T-03474. Currently incarcerated here in the East Block on California's death row of San Quentin Prison. I am white, 44 years old, from Sacramento, California. I have been disowned and forsaken by all of my friends and family after my conviction and sentenced to death during my capital trial in the year 2000 in the Superior Court of Sacramento County. I had spent 10 years of my life in Sacramento County main jail downtown trying to get to my trial. Law enforcement district attorney's office prosecuting my case had played games over the years with the evidence. My case is one of the first DNA cases in the country back in 1989 when the FBI worked upon. The FBI had trouble with their DNA lab. This was in the program in 1993. The evidence was not reliable for court. The above action by the FBI was documented in a 1998 book by the author John F. Kelly called Tainting Evidence: Inside the Scandals at the FBI Crime Lab, page 236. During my stay in the county jail awaiting my trial, I became a jailhouse lawyer. I would help other inmates in their cases and other legal matters. I came to know some of the country's most infamous criminals, like the Unabomber, Theodore Kaczynski, Hells Angels Otis Ruck Garrett, president of the Nomad chapter in Northern California, and other notorious characters. We were housed together on 8 West, the high-max unit of the jail. December 29th, 2000, I was transported from the Sacramento County main jail to the San Quentin State Prison by Sacramento County Sheriff's Department. The trip from Sacramento to San Quentin lasted about 2 hours. I was put into a white transportation van in the basement of the jail with belly waist chains, handcuffed to my side, and leg irons on my feet. I was the only inmate in the van, for this was a special one-way trip to death row. There were 2 sheriff's deputies on this detail with a chase car on our tail all the way to the prison. As we left Sacramento on Highway 80 West, going over the Sacramento River, I reminisced about my past life as a free man in the outside world. I was born on November 4th, 1957, as a bastard in the basement of my grandmother's home in Portland. Oregon, and I live there my life like a SOB. When I was only a few months old, my mother married and we moved to Sacramento, California. I had one half brother and three half sisters that I grew up with in Rancho Cordova, 10 miles east of Sacramento. I grew up in a dysfunctional family. Both of my parents, my mother and my stepdad, were both alcoholics. My mother suffered from mental illness, schizophrenia, and was committed to a mental hospital 2 times in the early 1970s. In 1975, my stepdad lost the home that we grew up in due to his drinking. Also that year, my mom divorced my stepdad and the family separated. To date, both of my parents are dead, and I have no contact with the other family members. When I was 14 years old, I started to work to help support the family. I worked on the ranch full-time in the summer and part-time and the rest of the time. The farm grew sod, grass to landscapers, hay of which we harvested into the barn, and almonds, which I had to irrigate in the orchards. It was hard for a kid, but I made about $200 cash a week, which was good for a kid. At the age of 14, I started to drink beer and wine and smoke weed with my friends. I was a very good athlete in high school, and I lettered in football, baseball, and track. I was an outstanding football player for Cordova High School at Rancho Cordova, 1974-75. Cordova won the state football title championship in 1975 and was ranked number 3 in the nation. After graduating from Cordova in 1975, I went to play football at the junior college. In January of 1976, I joined the U.S. Army for 4 years. In April of 79, I was discharged from the service at Fort Campbell in the 101st Airborne Division. After being discharged from the Army, I went back to Sacramento to live and work. I went to work as a landscaper, installing sprinklers systems in shopping malls, along the highways, and in large custom homes. I was a landscape foreman for several different landscape companies in Sacramento. From 1980 to 1985, I would be in charge of crews of up to 20 to 50 men at one time. Landscaping large custom homes was the most fun, because you could be very creative in your work. I went to work, we installed waterfalls, retaining walls, redwood decks, hot tubs, and other requested projects. I made good money landscaping, from $7 to $15 an hour, and with that money I would party